Hey folks, it's Calc here from Novation, and today you find me in Utrecht at the annual Dancefair. It's 2019 Dancefair, and we're here with our distributors, Algam Benelux, and I'll just give you a quick walkthrough what we've got here on the booth. So on this table here, we've got a number of circuits set up, and we've got a circuit here, and this is running our latest firmware. This is the 1.8 firmware, which was released maybe a couple of weeks ago, just before the Dancefair. And this is a really nice thing because it takes your recordings and allows you to play them in real time and take them off the standard grid. So this actually opens up a lot of kind of expression and a kind of rhythmic variation you can create. So here we've got the circuit running the latest 1.8 firmware. Of course, next to that we have the beloved little mono station. A really wonderful device this. This is basically a fantastic sounding analog mono synth, but instead of having a keyboard attached to it, we've got the same sequencer engine as we have on the circuit here. But of course the great thing about this is I have all of the controls here sequenceable as well. A real powerhouse of a synthesizer. It's called the Circuit Mono Station, but actually we can turn it into a paraphonic synth as well. We can use a second oscillator to create another line of melody or whatever we want to do with it. It's just generally a really, really nice little box. So we've got the Circuit Mono Station and the circuits here on this table, but follow me over here and I'll show you what we've got over here. So, on this side of the room we've also got our fantastic Peak synthesizer. Now the Peak is our latest polysynth. It's an analog and digital hybrid, and and it's obviously very popular. This chap's just having a little play. But yeah, I mean, this is a really powerful synthesizer. Essentially, we've got digital oscillators here, but being produced at incredibly high sample rates. 24 million times a second we're able to draw all these waveforms, which is just unprecedented really for digital oscillators. And then of course we've got analog filters, amplifiers and distortions, so you take the sound back into the analog realm, and then we've got these wonderful sounds afterwards, these delay sounds here. This is a super powerhouse of a synth. And again, just before the end of last year, we updated this with a whole load of new features, including a wonderful micro-tuning, looping envelopes, all sorts of things. Really, really powerful instrument. Connected to that, we've got our fantastic, also, SL Mark III. This is a controller keyboard, but really for the next generation. And not only is it a controller keyboard for controlling all your music software, all your DAWs, but actually it's a full-blown 8-track poly sequencer directly inside of here as well. So I can make music without needing a computer. I can just connect it, and you'll see we've got 16 pads here. Well, we saw our circuit over there, and basically we have a very similar kind of sequencer engine built into this controller keyboard. Alongside that, I've got some nice screens here with lots of great feedback. And indeed, I've got 8 different tracks here that I can use, but I can load these up with so many different instruments that I want. So if I press shift in here, I have a huge list of different preset templates that have been created. And if I can find my instrument in there, I can just load it in, and straight away I've got all of the MIDI controls available to me for that. I can create my own templates as well if I wish, and that's using the Novation component software. The SL Mark III really is, it's a real powerhouse of a controller. As I say, perfect with your DAW, but if you're more into the doorless jamming as well, this is absolutely stunning. In fact, when I start to gig now, when I've been doing gigs recently, I've been using this as my main sequencer on stage, and it's just so much fun and a joy to use. So that's our little setup that we have here. Then moving along here, we've got a full Ableton setup using the Launchpad Pro and the Launch Control XL. This is set up using Ableton Live software. We've got the Launchpad to control our clips. We can also use it to enter notes. We've also got on here the great new scale mode. So if I go to a pitched instrument here, I can choose a different scale. That's turned on. Here are my scales. So I can just choose the scale I want, and I'm always going to be sure that I'm not going to play any of the wrong notes, or none of the notes that aren't available to me in that scale. So that's really neat as well. A very nice controller. It does a lot of things. For example, here we've got volume controls, and I can use these basically like faders. But talking of faders, right next to it we've got the Launch Control XL as well, and of course I have my 8 faders here. I've got 24 pots on the top, and this is mapped directly to Ableton with what we call a script. So this will follow you around Ableton and will always give you the right parameters, the right things to control. But also I can create my own templates as well. So if I have my favourite plugins that I always go to, I can create basically a mapping on here and I know it's always going to be mapped correctly for me. All of this is running through Ableton, which is then sending the audio in and out via the Focusrite 18i8 here. And again, this is a great interface. I personally really like the 18i8 for playing live with, because I've got 8 inputs in here, and I'm going to use this as a mixer when I'm playing live. So it's a really nice system to have. So that's what we have here. And then finally on the booth, we've got something quite special here. And we've got here our Launchpad Arcade connected to a Launchpad Pro. And here we've got all the light shows going on. And of course, if you look over here, we've got a great big Launchpad Arcade. Now, Launchpad Arcade, we're using it on this huge screen. It's great, so we get so much kind of interaction with it on here. But the great thing about Launchpad Arcade is if you've got a Launchpad and you're maybe a little unsure as how to use it, just go to Launchpad Arcade. You'll find it if you Google Novation Launchpad Arcade. Plug your Launchpad in. Make sure you're using a Chrome browser. If you're using a Chrome browser, Web MIDI will work, and you can have all of this experience here. And it's really great fun to start making music with. We've got light shows on here as well. So you can do lots of stuff like that, jamming on here. We've got tons and tons of material on there. This one is based around a light show, but of course we've got tracks that are not so much based around light show, but give you a lot of great music and loops to play with. And also on the Launchpad Arcade, again, if you're new to Launchpad, you're a little unsure as how to configure it, how to get going with it, there's a whole load of tutorials available to you for how to do that with Launchpad directly from the Launchpad Arcade website. So that's a good look at the Algam Benelux stand that we're here with for Novation here at Dancefair in Utrecht 2019. Hope you enjoyed our little walk around, and thanks very much for watching.